Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the complex world of business and finance, and today we're diving into a deal that's all about future earnings for BeOne Medicines. Stick around because this one involves a cool drug and a massive payday, potentially reaching almost $8 billion. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. So BeOne Medicines, a company focused on developing treatments, has made a significant move. They've struck a deal with a company called Royalty Pharma. Essentially, BeOne is selling off a big chunk of their future income from a drug called Imdelltra. This drug is a special type of medicine called a monoclonal antibody used to treat cancer. Think of it like this: BeOne has a promising new product, and instead of waiting years and years to collect all the money from its sales, they're getting a huge upfront payment now. The core of this agreement is that BeOne's subsidiary, BeOne Medicines IGmbH, is selling its rights to receive a portion of the money made from Imdelltra sales outside of China. This is happening under a previous deal they had with a big company called Amgen. Royalty Pharma is ponying up a whopping $885 million upfront for this. That's a serious amount of cash to have in hand right now, rather than trickling in over time. But wait, there's more. BeOne also has an option like a bonus chance to sell even more of these future royalty payments to Royalty Pharma. This could bring in another $65 million. So in total, this deal could be worth up to $950 million. That's almost $1 billion BeOne is getting for the rights to its future drug sales. It's a classic strategy to get money now for future potential. Now, it's not like BeOne is giving away absolutely everything. They're keeping some of the profits. Specifically, if the drug makes more than $1.5 billion in sales outside of China in a year, BeOne will still get a slice of that money. This means they still have a vested interest in Imdelltra being a massive success. They've essentially sold the bulk of the initial royalties, but kept a piece of the super success pie. There's also a security measure in place. All the money that Amgen is supposed to pay BeOne for these royalties will go into a special account called an escrow account. This is pretty standard practice in these kinds of deals to make sure everything is tracked and handled correctly. It's like a holding tank for the money until all the conditions of the deal are met. BeOne has also agreed to some rules about how they can manage their part of the deal with Amgen. This includes things like making changes to the agreement, transferring their rights, or even ending the agreement, royalty value of the royalties they just bought. It's about protecting their investment. This agreement isn't going to last forever. It essentially stays active until 60 days after the very last royalty payment related to Imdelltra has been made. This ensures that Royalty Pharma gets all the royalties they paid for, and it's tied to various things like patent protection, regulatory exclusivity, and the drug's commercial lifespan. It's a long-term commitment, but it's designed to ultimately end when the revenue stream it applies to naturally concludes. Now, this deal isn't just about BeOne getting money. From BeOne's perspective, this upfront payment is considered a material direct financial obligation. Basically, it's a huge financial transaction impacting the company. It's a huge influx of cash, but it also means a significant chunk of potential future income is now with someone else. BeOne announced this deal with a press release on the same day. This is a standard notification to let investors and the public know about important company events. It's all about keeping everyone informed, which is what these filings are all about. As with most of these reports, there's a section on forward-looking statements. BeOne is basically saying that while they expect certain things to happen with this deal, like the amount of money they'll get and the benefits of the agreement, the actual results could be different. They mention factors like how well their drug candidates work, actions by regulators, and their ability to actually make money from their products. It's a legal necessity to manage expectations. The filing also includes the press release itself, which gives us a good summary in plain English from the company's point of view. It confirms the deal and the potential value. So let's look at this from a higher level. BeOne Medicines has a drug, Imdelltra, that they believe has a lot of potential. Instead of waiting years to collect revenue from this drug, they're cashing in now for a massive amount upfront. This is a smart financial move if they believe they can use this capital to fund other promising projects, or if they foresee potential risks in the long-term sales of Imdelltra. It's a way to de-risk their future and get immediate funds. The $885 million upfront payment is a huge vote of confidence from Royalty Pharma, a company that specializes in these kinds of deals. They clearly see significant value in Imdelltra outside of China. BeOne is essentially betting that Imdelltra will be a huge success, and they're banking that success to keep a larger share of the profits once sales exceed that $1.5 billion threshold. One of the big questions here is how BeOne will use this influx of cash. Will it fuel further research and development for other drugs? Will it bolster their balance sheet against future uncertainties? Their strategy moving forward and how effectively they deploy this capital will be key indicators of their long-term success. Looking at the overall picture, BeOne is positioning itself for growth by securing significant funding. The risk for BeOne is that Indeltra doesn't perform as well as expected, meaning they've sold future revenue for less than it might have been worth. The upside for them is immediate capital and retained upside if sales are truly explosive. For Royalty Pharma, their success hinges entirely on Indeltra becoming a blockbuster drug. Alright, that's our breakdown of BeOne Medicine's significant royalty deal. What's your take on companies cashing in future earnings for immediate capital? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.